One of the things that we have normalized as a society that we need to talk about is that the penis and the boom booms of men are for sale and people are buying it. And they're doing it under the guise of calling it dating or being in a relationship. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling women and men for many years now. And I wanted to come on here and talk to you about this phenomenon about men being for sale. And the reason we need to have a conversation about it is because it is growing, and dating apps and social media have helped this phenomenon grow exponentially. It's become normalized for a man to be on a dating app saying that he's looking for fun, he's looking for a relationship, and show up to a first date expecting to move in, stay the night on your couch, or, you know, I love you all within a matter of a couple of days, just so that they can move in and fast track the relationship and become a woman's, or in some cases, men's sugar babies. And this isn't just a United States thing. Oh no, baby. This is an international scheme where men are selling the goodies that they were born with. And their target is usually someone who is, has low self esteem, lonely, maybe overweight, frumpy, or not feeling good about themselves overall. And if you don't believe me, check out the show 90 Day Fiance. And, usually a lot of people who are looking to get their US visa, there's usually a scheme that's attached. There's a bait and switch that is attached where where these women are being romanticized, from overseas or from other countries. And then, they go over there and boom, and they meet another person entirely. Or, oh my goodness, that person has a whole lot of debt. Or, oh my goodness, this person has secret lives with other women that they know nothing about, where they're being scammed. They're a romance scammer. You have men on social media that are literally homeless and putting out, social media posts talking about they need a place to stay. They are vying for women to take them into their hearts, in their homes, and in their beds, where these women will pay for them, and all they've got to do is sling them a little something, something, and give them some attention. It is really the modern day escort service where they are advertising that they're down for whatever as long as you give me food, clothing, shelter, and a little spending money. And people have attempted to normalize this under the guise of a regular relationship by saying that it is dating, when really all you're doing is paying for an escort. However, the caveat is this: unlike traditional escort services, it can become very dangerous for women when women refuse to pay up or pony up, or do something silly like try to marry them or have children with them. Things can become quite dangerous. And the danger comes in when you want to withdraw that man's hand out of your purse. You no longer want to pay anymore. And they have come accustomed to a certain lifestyle that they feel like they are owed. And they start to become angry because, hey, I I did this for you. You're not even someone that I'm attracted to. I deserve to have access to your purse and everything that you come with. And so it's just like taking a nipple out of a baby's mouth. What would tend to happen is they're going to have a tantrum. They may lash out physically, emotionally, verbally. They may even try to pull the law into it. And very similar to squatters' rights, if you've had someone that's sort of living off of you, for a long period of time and you've been paying for them, it can be doggone difficult to get them out of your home and certainly out of your life. And they've got an axe to grind and they want to get back at you when you've taken back the money and resources that they've become accustomed to. So that's how they deviate from a non-traditional escort. And there are signs that these men are for sale, or that women are buying these men, or even other men are buying these men. So if in this economy, if you encounter a man with a woman that doesn't have a job and that's not interested in looking for a job, that might be a first sign. The second sign might be, the posts that we've all become familiar with where the women are paying for food at the restaurant or, at the store, and he's hugging her from behind while she's swiping her debit or credit card. You can't publicly talk about what he does for a living because he doesn't do anything and hasn't for some years, or how you met, or the trajectory of your relationship, or what he does for you, particularly around holidays or special occasions, because you are literally the only person in the relationship doing, because you are the one with the purse. Then that could be an indicator. Other indicators could be taking your car and doing things without your permission, but you're still kind of, again, taking him back and paying the way. And, other things where the relationship is purely one-sided. But I think one of the biggest things that you're going to notice is that the woman is often in the masculine position where she's managing all of the responsibilities and things like that. And he doesn't lift a finger. Pretty much the man in her life is a passenger princess. Another sign that you may be dealing with that is if they're competing with you for the attention and validation of men because they feel like they can do it better than you, they look better than you, that kind of thing. So where they can be condescending to women and they want all of the attention for themselves. And lastly, one other sign that I'll mention is if you have become his mother and you're basically the only adult in the relationship and making the adult decisions and responsibilities and taking care of bills and other things like that. That is a sure sign that you are buying it. But I digress. Most people who are buying it, and this is not a judgment towards anybody, most people who are buying it, they know that they are buying it. And there is a lot of secrecy around the relationship and disclosing of the details, and they may engage with social media content around stuff like that, around homosexuality and things of that nature, and sort of spew and tout, but really they know what they're dealing with behind closed doors. So, your next man could be laying at the park literally without a home, or coming on social media advertising himself, or just really walking out and about, at a store like Walmart or something like that. But he's literally looking for a date, which is something that prostitutes also refer to Johns as a date. I'm just going to put that out there as that little disclaimer. But they're looking for a date, and that means that they are open for business and they are for sale. And may the woman or person with the biggest purse or wallet win. I may also add, it's also not uncommon for men who are for sale to, be open to whomever is going to fulfill their needs. They are not choosy. It's just all a matter of, helping me obtain a better lifestyle. And again, this phenomenon is becoming more and more normalized. Have you met a man that's for sale? Have you been in a relationship with a man that you bought? Let me know in the comments. Have you seen it in your friends or even on social media? Would love to know what your thoughts are. And if you like this, you like me, make sure we keep in touch via my newsletter and my podcast. Both are linked in my bio. The podcast is called A Date with Darkness. It's across all platforms, including YouTube. But let's be sure to keep in touch, especially for my international folks, because TikTok is going to be changing for us folks here in the U.S. here within the next day or so. Hope that helps. Thanks so much.